Welcome to the Liminal, Open Codex. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Liminal. I am going to be taking a look at February, the month of February in its totality. I see somebody holding on to something, like a rope. I'm also seeing someone doing, if you were, especially like me, if you were ever a part of growing up with your grandparents, you've been to a sewing circle. I happen to have a very powerful, there is magic that is sewn in with every stitch. And I actually have a blanket, a quilt, a quilting. That's what it is, a quilting circle. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, a quilting circle. Okay, so something about a stitch in time. Stitch makes nine. What is that saying? But a stitch in time. And I feel like the message here is to take your time with something, that there is no rush, and what you're creating is unique to you. What you're embarking on here in this month is shifting you into a new version of who you are. You're learning who you truly are. We have Apophyllite. I release past attachments to attract healthy and meaningful experiences. So some of you may be saying, okay, I have to move forward from what has been keeping me stuck or stagnant, what has been keeping me in this holding position. I may have been just passing time here. A stitch in time makes nine. Okay, for some of you, this could be 9 months, this could be 9 weeks, this could be 9 years. Okay, for some of you, I'm not saying that is the case. We also have the number 8 here, unapologetic. Be yourself, release societal expectations, and be a mess, which is really about standing up and saying, I am me, whether you like it or not. I'm unapologetic about that fact. Step into your power, whatever that is, whatever that looks like to you. Okay? I do have 3 different decks here. I'm working with the Mystic Mouse deck. I'm working with the Graphite Gnosis, the Shadow Tarot, and the Persephone Tarot. From my shop for each week. So we're going to see what comes out. These have already been pre-shuffled and cut, as well as the oracle cards drawn so that I could meditate on them. And that's whenever I saw there's maybe something that you have put a lot of time and effort into. All right, the Magician. Creating something here that you're being asked to leave in the past. Okay, what else about the Magician? The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something that you have put a lot of work into. This is something that you have... Wow, okay. You've put the pieces into place. You've begun building whatever this is. What you thought would be a stable foundation. Okay. This is for the first week, on or around. Remember that we are all on different timelines. All right. This may have already happened, or this may yet to happen. All right. The 5 of Wands, you'll have to tell me. The 5 of Wands, I feel like whatever this was that you were attempting to and manifesting, creating. The Magician is about creating everything that you would like. It's having the emotion for it, the time, effort, and energy, the passion, and the knowledge to achieve whatever it is that you want. But I feel like somewhere here you were met with resistance is what I'm seeing. Okay, one more, please. The 4 of Pentacles. Give me one more on that 4 of Pentacles. I don't feel like this is enough information. Page of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like you're learning how to release and let go, or you are figuring how to hold on to this in part. The 2 of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. Very much right out the gate, am I getting, and the High Priestess underneath the bottom of the deck. Very much from the jump, what I'm getting here is that someone can't come on this journey with you. Now, this could be a friend, this could be a business partner, this could be a love interest, someone that you do have a deep connection with, but I feel like this is, whoever this is, has been someone who has caused conflict. It may be that you are competing for the same attention, the same goal. Maybe you were working together on something at one point, but at some point, your paths shifted and diverged. That's not to say that you cannot continue to hold on to this dream and forge ahead. Page of Pentacles here, learning as you take each step. Cancer and Piscean energy here in the High Priestess. This is also about receiving downloads from the Soul Star chakra down through your crown chakra. You have all of the information. Whatever this is, you already have all of the information, including the vision. But the Two of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups, this is very much underneath the bottom of the deck, telling me that whatever you're moving forward with, this person, whoever is here in the Two of Cups, is not going to be coming on this journey with you. This is something that you are going to be building all on your own. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second week, if you would please, ladies. The second week in February. I know I'm trying to keep these a bit shorter. Sorry, guys. All right, we have the Fool. Aries and Aquarius energy. We have the Star, Aquarian energy. We have the Knight of Cups. You're still moving forward toward whatever this dream hope is. Alone. Yeah. The Knight of Cups, if this person does try and come back with an apology, if you do, I really do feel like this is moving forward with your emotions, what it is that you truly feel like you want to do. And you're doing it alone, the Five of Pentacles. It doesn't feel like you're, you have to make this choice, the Two of Wands. And I absolutely love this card for this very reason. Because we all have these Two of Wands moments in our lives where we're presented with two different paths. It's not that the paths don't lead to the same place. It's that one is more difficult than the other, or one is longer than the other, but they all converge at the same place at the same time. The Fool, Aries and Aquarius energy, the Star. I really do feel like this is what you're giving your emotion to here with the Knight of Cups. And I feel like you are making these decisions on your own. This is something that no one else is going to be involved in. I feel like whatever taste of this conflict that you had here in the first week is not going to be traveling on with you. Yeah. Aries and Aquarius energy, Aquarian energy here in the Star. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, something is definitely ending here. And the Hermit, Virgo energy. And then we have the Tower, Scorpio and Aries energy. And Temperance. I feel like you're rebuilding alone after something happened here that you had to end. I feel like it's almost a feeling of giving up. Like, I could not work with this person every time, or I could not be around this person. This is ultimate, like, submission. Yeah. I'm hearing it's quieter now. Okay, for some of you, you could be, you could have autophagia, where you do not like the sound of something. All right, the Ten of Swords here. It's about mentally giving up on this. It's about saying, I absolutely submit. I give up. I give in. I'm no longer going to give my thoughts and my intellect to whatever this is. You're not showing me any partnership here at all. In fact, you're showing me the opposite of partnership, especially underneath the bottom of the deck. This ending may be something that you're still trying to reconcile, because with the Tower here, Temperance energy here in the, I always say Temperance energy, Sagittarian energy here and Temperance. I do feel like you are going this alone. And I feel like you are in the process of alchemizing whatever this Tower was that has left you in a state of deep contemplation. I won't say that you're going so far as to be in the dark night of the soul, all right? But I would say that if you're feeling like you're very much alone and you have no one to talk to, and you do desperately need someone to talk with, take that initiative to reach out to someone that you trust or someone in a professional capacity, such as a therapist. Okay? Be kind to yourselves in this time of transition, because it really feels like, again, uh, they're showing me that the knitting circle. Okay, now they're showing there's I just got knitting circle. This could be a group of people that you identify with. It doesn't have to be a sewing circle or a knitting circle. A stitch in nine. Okay, there may be 9 of you, or there may be 9 people. This may be a significant number to you. The 9 of Pentacles oftentimes speaks of independence. The 9 of Cups is about personal wish fulfillment. The 9s are all about near completion, or it's about personal accomplishment. So you may be saying, I have to do this my way, and I did it my way. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move these up just a bit, and then we are going to go ahead and take a look at the 3rd week. And there are 4 weeks, even though it's the shortest month of the year. We do have 4 weeks in this month. So, yeah, I do see you making a decision here and going it alone. That's the second time that we're seeing the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, the Fool. Aries and Aquarius, the Star. It may be that you are... The Fool is honestly breath. It's about taking that breath. There's the Ace of Pentacles. It's about taking that breath before you embark on a new journey. Remember that the last card in the Major Arcana is the World, which is the completion of something. And then the Fool is that, okay, I need to take a minute before I take this leap and start this new journey, and then create whatever it is that I want with the Magician. We have 0, 1 here, and then 2 was underneath the bottom of the deck. Okay. Just for those of you who are into numerology, the Ace of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy here. This is about starting something new that is stable. The Page of Pentacles, yet again, I feel like this is a continuation of what we've learned up here. There's will and determination to hold on to something, and now I feel like the learning begins. All right. The Magician, again, how to start over. It really does feel like you're looping back to something that never quite finished or completed, and you're saying, I still have this vision, I still want to move forward with it. The Knight of Cups can be about an emotional vision for moving forward, and I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. Virgo and Gemini here in Mercurial energy, and we do have Mercury in retrograde. Okay, so be careful with your words and your thoughts. Speaking to the universe, Death, Scorpionic energy. Wow. Okay, you got a lot of majors here in the 3rd week. I feel like this is kind of saying anything that I've been pretending to be, the Magician. The Magician can be a trickster. It can be about even cloak and not cloak and dagger, bait and switch. Okay, a show that you've been putting on. I feel like that's coming to an end. You may be saying, okay, I don't know how to do something, and I need to change that. I don't have all of the tools that I need. I need someone with the intellect or the passion or the emotion for this. Or financing, capital. Remember, Pentacles are time, effort, energy, and, of course, money. The Ace of Pentacles here, it's a stable idea. It is a new seed that is planted that ultimately will, over the course of time, we saw the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles here, and then it feels like something abruptly ends and we begin again. This feels like you're starting this all over again, but you're doing it differently here. I feel like you're creating from a different space, and I feel like you're creating authentically. Okay, remember, be unapologetic, be authentic, and release past attachments to attract healthy and meaningful experiences. Experiences are teaching lessons, and if You go through something that is difficult, that was a tower. Those are moments in which we need to think, instead of saying, why did this happen to me? What did I learn? What was this meant to teach me? We have the Ten of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is about nurturing family and long-term commitment. Something that you're dedicated to, something that you are committed to. It could be that whatever this was not something that was your Ten of Cups. It could have been outside of family. It could have been work related. And you're saying, but you know what? One thing that I do know is that I can nurture the stability, or I can nurture nurturing the stability of the Queen of Pentacles, the happiness and the joy that I have here in this commitment, this high level of commitment, this relationship, or this could be about you mastering exactly what you need to in order to nurture that Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is going to be something different for everyone. Honestly, it could be family, it could be your all 10 cups being full, whatever that looks like to you, and it's going to be different for everyone. Just as the 10 of Pentacles is different for everyone. Everyone's legacy is different. Everyone's idea of the 10 of Pentacles is completely different. All right, let's move on to the 4th week. And this does not necessarily mean that this will happen first week, second week, third week, okay? Again, we are all on different timelines. If you, here with the Two of Wands, take the path that is a bit longer this 3rd week, it might be the 4th week, or it might bleed over into March. Do keep that in mind, as we are all on different timelines, and every decision that we make affects that timeline, all right? In a quantum mechanics type of way. It's proven that if we decide to take a different path or take a different approach to something, we are going to come at it differently, and we're going to end up not necessarily in a different location or with it may be a different product in the end. If I hadn't learned what I did today, then I would not have had the ability to write from a place of pain and learning about incorporating the dark feminine within. I needed that lesson. As painful as it was, I did need it because it allowed me to experience what I needed to and gain the insight that I needed to in order to give that as a lesson to the public. And it literally saved my life. Like literally. Okay, flyer. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. You're getting clear on something here. So it feels like we're getting clarity here toward the end of the month. Okay. A little bit of struggle with what? Okay, the Ace of Swords. Well, maybe not. Ace of Swords. Interesting. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarian energy. The Queen of Swords. I feel like this is searching for clarity. You may not be trusting what it is, the information that you're given. Okay. All right. What else? Why? I want to ask. Why the Ace of Swords sideways? Why the Ace of Swords sideways? The Seven of Cups. You're having to think this through. The King of Pentacles. Is this really something that I can master stability-wise? Okay. Maybe you're questioning your own intellect as it pertains to stability. Because I feel like, especially with the Tower that came out earlier, there's something here that may have interrupted a flow that you had going. Okay. Again, someone holding onto a rope. Like, trying not to let go, or trying not to be adrift in the sea of one's own thoughts. Wow. Poetic. Thank you for that download. They always come through in such a poetic way. Adrift in the sea of one's thoughts. And I feel like that's exactly what the Seven of Cups is here. Adrift in the sea of one's thoughts. Imagination, dreaming. It could be illusion or confusion. You could be saying, I don't know enough yet, but I dream lost in a sea of emotional confusion about how to master my own stability. Okay. The Ace of Wands, nevertheless, it's like I have to get started. I have to, I have to begin a new, and the King of Swords, King and Queen of Swords. Oh wow. Okay. If you are partnering with someone, all right, say that this is something that is of a business nature or a collaborative nature. You're inviting someone new in. I feel like you're doing so for their knowledge. You two make a very great pair as far as knowledge is concerned. Be careful that we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords. The only thing that we are missing is the Ace of Cups. And it may be that you are emotionally bereft at the moment. No, I mean, the moon. There's a certain element of uncertainty here, or fear, underpinning this. Cancer and Piscean energy, I urge you to listen to your intuition. If something feels off, then trust your intuition. Okay? The Four of Swords. Rest on it for a little while. Think. Okay? Meditate and contemplate. Grounding. And then the Two of Pentacles. Go back and forth on, and I kid you not, the Four of Wands. This is house, home, family, marriage, anything of that nature. Take a moment before you go ahead and commit to something. The Devil underneath of that. Ooh. Okay. I feel like whatever this is, you would be bound to it. It's the first time that I'm seeing the Devil Capricorn energy coming out. The Two of Pentacles, if you have to ask yourself, is this toxic or is this stable? Do a little more research and a little more fours. I'm seeing a lot of fours. Four of Wands, Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles several times. Also a lot of fives. So there's a lot of stability. I feel like there's a lot of change in the quest for stability. I will say the one thing about that quilt that I have, it has since I was 14 when my grandmother made it from my grandfather's ties that he would wear every Sunday. It has stayed. It is handmade. It is something that will last a lifetime. And I feel like that is what you're working toward right here. You're not putting all of this time, effort, and energy into something for the short term. So whatever it is that you are making choices about, and whatever it is that you are creating here with the Magician, twice, Mercurial energy, the Fool, Aries and Aquarius, the Star, Aquarian energy, you want to make sure that it's stable, the Ace of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. You also want to make sure, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius with the Ace of Swords, that you have the intellect to see this through. The Ace of Wands, Leo, Sag, and Aries, that you have the passion to continue moving forward on whatever this is. Death. I feel like this is switching up or changing, transforming or transmuting. We had Temperance, Sagittarian energy underneath the bottom of the deck. How you move forward with your manifestation here. Beware of a false stability is what I want to say toward the end of the month. If something seems too good to be true and you're saying, I don't have clarity, all right, the Seven of Cups here and the Moon are both Piscean cards, which is like illusion. At the end of this month, right at the end of this month, we have Uranus that is going to be, or I'm sorry, Neptune that is going to be moving into Aries, if I am not mistaken. I'll have to do another tarot and astrology for you guys. But we are going to see that happen, and it's like what I have been envisioning in my mind, I either have to shit or get off the pot, or this is not something that I thought it was going to be. I spent far too much time, effort, and energy on whatever this project was for me to now see that this is something that is unsustainable. I was the magician hoodwinked. I was sold something that seemed possible, but turned out not to be stable. So there is a bit of a lesson in choosing wisely whenever it comes to something that appears stable. Overall, I'm getting that you may be thinking to yourself, it is better for me to be unapologetically me and to release the past and move forward on my own for a period of time. Absolutely nothing wrong with this, because the only person that I can blame for anything that goes wrong is me, myself, and I. And I also feel like you're the only one that gets to take credit when this thing kicks off. Whatever this Five of Wands is here at the beginning of the month, it seems like it puts a little bit of a hitch in your giddy up. It puts a little bit of a wrinkle in this whole plan. And I feel like you're saying, I can't have this happen again. So in order to do that, we need to part ways, and I may have to do this all on my own. I would love to know how this resonates with you in any area of your life. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure that you interact with the video. As always, guys, I greatly appreciate your comments. I always respond. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe if you have not yet already, and make sure that you hype if you have that available. I am really trying to keep this channel going, and everything that you do for it will enable me to do just that. So I greatly appreciate all of the ways that you help and any of the ways that you are willing to help. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. Take care and have a fantastic February. You know I will see you again.